What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. And I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What's the tea? All right. Now, I'm back again. I told y'all I was coming back. I told y'all I'm gonna be doing content literally all day. This live probably won't be as long as the last one that we did, but we will definitely be getting into some things on this live today because I have to get my sheets out of the dryer and then come back and do this other video that I gotta do for real life and music. Which I'm not really, you know, I gotta do it because I should have did it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. But I'm gonna do it today. But we're gonna get into the things after the fact. Like I said, y'all probably gonna get videos throughout the day, okay? Because like I said, I didn't do anything yesterday. I think it's my third live today. My third one. So getting y'all fed. Only because I didn't do shit yesterday. That's what I think I'm gonna do from now on. Whenever I decide, okay, today I'm resting, I'm not doing anything today. I'm just gonna go ahead, not do nothing, sit back, relax, take a nap, whatever. Then the very next day, I'm just gonna come up here and give you live after pre-record like video after video all day. That's probably what I'm gonna wind up doing. Because listen, when you miss one day or two, sometimes it'd be hard to get back in that damn algorithm, child. So it is what it is. But I see that y'all are coming back up in here. I'm very appreciative of that. Okay. Um, it's raining. If you live in Atlanta, then you know that it is raining like hell right now. Like it is coming down. I caught myself trying to go to the store earlier before I did my last live because I wanted to go to the store and get some stuff. And when I walk, because the store right up the street, so I was gonna walk up to the store. And baby, as soon as I was getting ready to walk out of the goddamn subdivision, child, the rain started coming. I had to run my ass right back home because, baby, listen, I ain't finna sit up here and be soaked. Okay. Now I forgot to show people my top because people wanted to know what my shirt said. Now I've had this shirt for a long time. And I'm surprised y'all just not noticing it because I've worn this shirt in many videos of mine. But this is what my shirt says. The shirt says ask me about the fucks I don't give. That's what it says. It says, ask me about the fucks that I don't give, basically. That's what this shirt says. And that is the best shirt for me because I don't give a fuck. I don't. Oh, but it is what it is. I'm thinking about possibly doing like an open panel later on today because like one of the topics that we got into on the last live was about like sensitivity and insecurities and sometimes popping off and when people don't think I should pop off and things like that. And y'all had some of y'all had some things to say in the comments when I brought up my own personal situations about when I popped off on people and things like that, when I felt like it was wrong and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciated some of the things that you guys had said because of the simple fact that because you listen, I was so embarrassed. I was honey, but we might get into those type of things later on in the open panel. But here's the thing with these open panels, I really be wanting you guys to come up and really have a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody be saying, oh my God, I want you to do an open panel and lit live chat again and blah, 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 all of those different things. But then when I do them, y'all be scared to come up. So if I decide to do it later tonight, that's if I decide, because I might do it later on tonight. I don't know. Because like I said, I got lives that I want to do all day today. But it's probably gonna be a point where I stop with the lives like around 7, in between like the hours of 7 or 9 o'clock is when I'm not gonna be putting out nothing because me and Bando have to get fitted for what we're wearing to the Starry Awards. So that is when like those little 2 hours is when I won't be putting out nothing because we going to get fitted. But then after that, that's when I can come back and give you guys at least one more live. So we're gonna see about that. But anyway, you guys, we're at the 5-minute mark. I see Catherine is in here. I see Ravine is in here. And the Jail Slayer is in here. So y'all already know what to do. We already at the 5-minute mark already, but y'all already know what to do. Keep the chat clean. Make sure that everybody is engaging. Make sure everybody feels welcome when they come in. And also, don't time people out unless they're completely disrespectful, because I don't want nobody to feel like they can't disagree with me, or I don't want nobody to feel like they can't say shit without being timed out. I know how the Scotty gang moderate. I know how the mod gang can be. They be ready to time motherfuckers out. But I'm telling y'all, you ain't got to time nobody out unless they're disrespecting me or disrespecting people in the chat and causing a ruckus. That's it. So make sure you guys leave fire emojis in the chat right now as we get ready to get into this video, y'all. So we're here to talk about some Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff. Now, there was a time where whenever I did a video about Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's 6 minutes in, I already be at 200 people. But it looks like people are not watching the show like that no more. And people like myself and T, we're still hanging on because we're reviewing the show, right? But if you have been watching it, then you know what I'm talking about. And we're talking about the relationship that involves these two women, Latisha Scott and Destiny Payton. We're talking about these two women. Now, if you've been watching this season, then you know that these two have been at odds for half of the season. And from what I was hearing, that the beef between Latisha and Destiny is only going to get worse, and it's going to the point of no return by the time we get to the reunion. Now, I've been wanting to do a video like this for quite some time now. I didn't know if I wanted to do it live, and I didn't know if I wanted to do it, pre-recorded. However, we're here on live, so let's talk about it real quick, okay? And I don't think this live gonna be that long either. I'm giving it between 30 to 45 minutes. That's what I'm giving it. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So, where we at? Okay, let me take this off. So when it comes down to Latisha and Destiny, right? They've been on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I think Destiny came to Love and Marriage Huntsville like the second season, but Latisha been on here since the very beginning. So they've become good friends. Right before Mel left the show, they started to get to know each other better. They got to be a little closer. They had a better relationship and things like that. But they both were at odds with the same person. So people were basically wondering if this friendship was actually real or was it genuine, just looking at what was going on with them and the people that they were beefing with, right? So let's talk about it. Now, people can befriend whoever they want, right? They can. Like, we don't have a right to tell nobody who they can and can't be friends with. Whether y'all had the same enemy or not, y'all are allowed to have a friendship. Like, there's nothing that nobody can say about that, to be real. No one can have anything to say about that because it really ain't nobody's goddamn business about who's friends with who and who's doing what with who. That ain't really ain't nobody's business, so it really don't matter. But we got to be honest here, right? When the show first started, Latisha and Mel were friends, but then they fell out. Destiny came into the show as Mel's friend. And, Destiny was ride or die for Mel, always taking up for her, always doing a lot when it came down to Mel, right? And at one point in time, people felt like, she was Mel's little sidekick for the most part. Like, that was what people were saying when she was first on this show. And it did seem as though Destiny really had, Mel's best interest at heart at the very beginning, because she really was like riding for Mel and being her friend and stuff like that. But things took a turn around season 3 for Destiny and Mel. Latisha and Mel were already on outs, but Destiny and Mel were still friends. But that was up until season 3. People don't want to say this, but for me, in my opinion, okay, I feel like the demise of Destiny's friendship with Mel definitely started when Destiny got a divorce and she did not. Hey, Sierra. When Destiny got a divorce and she didn't tell Mel about it, that is when that shit first really started happening between the two of them. That's when that relationship between those two started to fall to the wayside. When they hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Get up. 1 second. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. But yeah, that is when that relationship kind of fell apart when Mel didn't know anything about Destiny having a divorce and she felt some kind of way about it, right? Then Tiffany came along, and not only did Tiffany come along, but Mel brought Tiffany in as her friend. And then if you notice during that season, Tiffany and Destiny were having like these issues, like a lot of tension was going on between Tiffany and Destiny. And then Mel being in the middle, it felt like Mel was always taking Tiffany's side all the time over Destiny, or portraying Destiny to be this aggressive ass monster to Tiffany when Tiffany was starting all this shit. So by the time we got to the end of the third season at the reunion, that is when Destiny said that she hadn't talked. She went from talking to Mel every day or almost every day to them not speaking like that at all, and she didn't understand why. So then the next season they came back, and that's when Destiny and Mel fell out completely, which led to Destiny being cool with Tisha. Now, this particular season is the first season that Melody is no longer on the show. So a lot of us, well, maybe me, were very interested in seeing, okay, how's this show gonna go now that Mel is not there? She's been a central part of this show. She's been the main one on said show. She was the quote unquote force multiplier of the show, as Carlos would say. So exactly what is going on here? Like, what's the tea? So I was excited to see what was actually going to go down and what was actually happening with this show. So it looked as if Latisha and Marceau and Kimmy, well, Latisha and Kimmy was going to be the anchors of this show and carrying this show. But from what it looks like to me, Destiny was carrying this show right alongside Nail carrying the show. That's what it looked like to me watching it. So watching this particular season, all it did was reveal to me the reason why I did not like Tisha when I first started watching the show. No, honestly, that is what happened. Watching this show really let me know why I did not like Tisha from the very beginning. It let me know that, like, completely let me know. It showed me why. Because if you watch my reviews of Love and Marriage Huntsville from when I first started doing reviews on this show, I used to go in on Tisha. I could not stand Tisha. Like, if y'all want me to pull up old videos of me going off on Tisha, I promise you I will. But I used to go in on Tisha back then all the time. Stay going in on Tisha. And stay going in on Miss Wanda all the time. Because I felt like Tisha was insecure. Not only did I feel like she was insecure, but I also felt like she was childish and immature with the way that she handled things. And I felt like although Mel was not innocent in their friendship breaking apart, because I felt like they both was doing shit to each other. Mel is passive aggressive as fuck, and Tisha is childish as fuck. They both were doing things to one another, doing shit to each other, trying to get the other before the other one get them, and all that other shit. Like, they were all doing that shit. They were. So, with that being said, you feel what I'm saying? It was more so of a thing where, because of the way that the shit was ending, they was always doing weird ass. She was always doing like weird ass shit, literally all the time, and I just couldn't understand why. And so I literally did not like her. And so I'm just like, girl, why are you here? you're annoying, you're this, you're that, it's irritating. Like, why are we even here? And why are we talking about the things that we're talking about? I just personally felt like Latisha was just childish as fuck. And she just did not know how to really navigate true friendships. Because the way that Latisha acts in her friendships, I could never deal with a person like that. See, for me, people like to call me sensitive and stuff, but in friendships, I'm not sensitive enough. As some of my friends, I'm not sensitive enough for them. Like, and I think it's because I spent a lot of time in my life being the person that cried a lot, being sensitive to a whole lot of things and shit like that. So it was kind of like, okay, just just on the off the strength of things, like that's just where I was with a lot of stuff. And for me, it's like watching Tisha be much older than me and seeing her move the way she was moving, it was kind of like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where we going with this. It's just irritating. You way too sensitive for me. You take everything I say out of context. It's annoying, all of those different things. So, like I said before, people were saying, my friends would say I wasn't sensitive enough, child. Like, those were the things that they were saying about me. But not to the point to where how Tisha was. Tisha was just sensitive about a lot of stuff. And I just felt like the way she handles conflict is not the way that a 40-something-year-old will be handling conflict. Like, it was actually irritating and annoying. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. But anyway, so I just felt like, no, like that is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So let me see. You are not. See, and Sierra is my real friend in real life, so she knows exactly how I am. And as a matter of fact, Sierra, I've been meaning to call you because it's something I had wanted to vent to you about the other day, and I just ain't had the time to call you. But girl, okay, because I know you will hear what I'm saying. But yeah, but people be saying that I'm not sensitive enough, but it is what it is. So with Latisha, I always felt like the way she handles stuff is so childish. So with this situation with her and Destiny and them falling out, like she really decided to make it seem like she really tried to make it seem like Destiny was really trying to come for her and making jokes about her. And that really wasn't the case at all. She was not making any jokes about her at all. Wasn't making any, well, she made a joke, but she wasn't like reading her. And like, that's not what she was doing. And so I just felt like she took it way too personal. And I felt like when it all boiled down, Destiny literally tried to tell her that it really wasn't that deep and she really wasn't trying to make fun of her like that. Like, yeah, she made a joke or whatever, but it wasn't like in a negative tone or anything like that. Like, it wasn't like that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's the thing. So it's just like, nah. You feel what I'm saying? So she didn't even take it, like she wasn't even trying to hear nothing that Destiny was saying. And then when she said, don't trust that hoe and all that other stuff, she didn't feel like Destiny should have taken that shit seriously. But Destiny was offended by what she said, but she didn't care about her being, even she didn't even care about Destiny feeling any kind of way about what she said anyway, because she didn't give a fuck. It ain't had nothing to do with her, so she didn't care. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like a lot of times Latisha remembers what people do to her, but she don't remember what she do to other people or what she said to other people. And her feelings are the only feelings that actually matters, and those are the only feelings that people should give a fuck about, is her motherfucking feelings. And that's how it comes across to me. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there is no winning with Destiny and when it comes down to Latisha, because Latisha is the type of person who wants you to pick a side. Latisha's the type of person that feels like if I don't like them, you don't need to like them either. And I understand that there are some friends that are like that. There are some friends that be like, listen, if I don't like you, my friend don't need to like you. Or if I don't like that person, then my friend don't need to like that person. That is exactly how it be going down with a lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? And for me, I don't care if you cool with somebody that I don't like. Because let's be clear. Let's be real here. Carl is cool with folks that I don't fuck with. I don't care. Jamar might be cool or be friendly to someone that I don't fuck with. I don't care. It's people that Jamar don't really fuck with that I ain't friends with them. Don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not going to be friends with you if you don't fuck with my friend. Now, we can't be friends, but we can be cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can be cool. Like, I can speak to you. I can hug you in public, but we ain't friends, though, because that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga. She got her own house. That's why I'm here. So at the end of the day, we ain't gonna be friends like that at all. Like, I'm never gonna be friends with you. But we cool though. Like, when I see you out, I hug you. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Exchange pleasantries. It's never gonna be no negative energy. Hell, at the club, I just might buy you a drink. But we're not gonna be friends though. But I'm not gonna be, necessarily like mean to you or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I never do that. But Latisha's the type of person that wants you to be mean to a bitch just because she don't like them. And I don't like that. Do you hang out with Funky Dineva? No. I don't even know Funky Dineva, so no. We don't hang out. Then it's like, for me, she can always see the wrong in everybody else, but she can't see the wrong in what she do. Like, she want to make it seem like she just makes it seem as though like she's a victim in every damn thing. And I don't think that she's a victim. But when it all boils down to it, when it all boils down to the situation, for me, it's like this, y'all. When you two, because Tisha and Destiny never really had no problems, but they were just never like close like that. I feel like, and I hate to say this, but I feel like it was a friendship of convenience. I feel like they were only like friends because of the fact that I felt like they were friends due to the fact that they both were not cool with Mel no more. And they're all on the same show. They had to have some alliances or allies or whatever. And I feel like that's exactly what this was. I felt like because of this show, and they have to be on this show, and they got to work together, and they both have the same enemy in common, they decided that they're going to be friends because of that. That's how it looks to me. And when the friendship is not built off of genuine pretenses, it's not going to last. And you're eventually going to fall out with said person because y'all didn't come to be friends for genuine reasons. Y'all became friends because y'all didn't like the same bitch. And that's just the truth of the matter. And now we're seeing that happening. And I never wanted to admit that because I didn't like for the millimeters to be right about shit because the millimeters are the worst. I can't stand them hoes. I still can't stand them. But I felt like I said, y'all only saying that because y'all don't like them. But I can be man enough to say what they were saying was absolutely and positively true. It was absolutely true. I feel like the friendship just wasn't genuine. And I felt like if it was genuine, these little issues that they're having could have easily been solved, but they didn't allow them to be solved. They decided to do whatever. So it is what it is. And that's my thing. Now, some people may not agree with me. Some people might will. But that's how I see it. I never just believe them to be besties. Like, I thought that they were cool. I thought they were building a friendship. I thought they were doing that. But I never just looked at them and say, oh my God, they're best friends. Oh my goodness. I never just seen that. If you get my drift, like I just never seen that and I never just felt that. But as time went on, the more I thought about it, the more I realized the friendship just wasn't really that genuine. It just wasn't. As much as we would have, some of us would have wanted to be that, but it just wasn't. And that's sad that it wasn't, but it just wasn't. It wasn't that genuine. It wasn't. And that's just something that just has to be, we got to be honest about. It wasn't genuine at all. It wasn't. And that's why they're where they at right now. So, to be honest, that's it. And I don't really see them being cool at all again. And I remember, like, I feel like if Mel was still, if Destiny was still cool with Mel, I don't even think that her and Tisha would be that tight. I don't. I don't. But that's just my opinion. That's just me, my opinion, my thoughts, my whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just some of the things that it was on my mind in regards to this LAMH stuff. I just don't feel like Tisha and Destiny were real friends, co-workers, but not real friends. They're just like on our show. Like, I'm friends. My bestie is Carl. My bestie is DJ, and JT is my friend. But starting off to the show, she wasn't my friend. Starting off this show, like, she was someone I knew. She was a person that we shared the same friend, which was Carl. We shared the same friend, so we were cool, but we wasn't friends. After the show, we grew to have a friendship. Are we at bestie status like me and DJ? Like, nah, but that's my friend. Delon, he's someone that is we're not friends yet. We're not friends. We trying to build a relationship, build a friendship, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna figure that out as time go on, because we barely shot anything together on the scene ATL. So we didn't really get a chance to really have a real bond like that. But him and DJ are friends. They're very close. So that's just what it is on these shows. So, that's just my thoughts, my spiel, my opinion on this situation. I told y'all that this was going to be like 30 minutes long. I told y'all that it wasn't going to be long at all. But before I go, as I told y'all already, the scene ATL is about to come back. Okay, they did this casting call or whatever, and not really a casting call, but there were people that were very interested in the show. Like, it was people that was it was people that were interested. Like, it was with different occupations. Like, there was a farmer, a barber. Like, it was different people that was wanting to be on the show or whatever. But I think they picked new people, and I think that they're going to be great. They're going to be great people for the show. We start filming in 3 weeks. Right after the Starry Awards is when we start. That's when we're gonna start filming. Right after we get back from the Starry Awards is when we start filming the show. That's when we start back. I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's gonna be a good season, though. It's gonna be a good season, and I can't wait. But that's it. That's all I gotta say today. Make sure you guys go and support my best friend Sammy, and his t-shirt line is called Shifted, and it's available exclusively on Etsy. So make sure you guys go and pick it up. And also be sure to pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely, which is now available on Amazon and Kindle Books. The sequel will be out third or fourth quarter this year, and that's pretty much just it. So with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also leave your leave your name, your number. Please leave comments and all that good stuff down below. And be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and all of those good things. All right. And we are out of here until the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.